What do you
again,
think,
the same old
Sanjay,
arrogance.
what do you think is the government's strategy right now? Are they thinking that let the opposition continue with their protests, and there will come a time where they'll tire out, they will fatigue out, and then the situation will fizzle out, and there'll be no answers sought on this. People will forget this issue, and we'll bring in another issue. Is that what you think is going to be the strategy of the government in the coming days or the weeks?
Well, let me tell you, the government of Mr. Modi is rattled like never before. And yes, they will try and be reactive. And one of the ways of being reactive is, well, Mr. Modi shooting off videos every other day. And now you've seen this absolutely absurd video promoting Mr. Modi as some boss man or whatever. It's laughable. You should play it on your program. It's an absolute I mean, it's so ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I actually tweeted, is the BJP IT cell become the Trojan horse? Because that kind of a video is going to make Mr. Modi another round of celebrity and fandom will happen for him on Instagram. I think Instagram memes are telling you that people are now taking this government with a pinch of salt and a bucket full of
and also compare it with the Jalmuri moment which happened, and then the Melody moment which happened, and all the mainstream media channels were going gaga. Look how many views Prime Minister Modi has got, and now we see a clear demarcation of how a persona can decline.
Yeah, let me tell you what happens, right? When people lose fear, situation around you transforms almost immediately. Think about it. The opposition, including the Congress, could not successfully take on the BJP because the BJP had a political response for everything. If the Congress and Rahul Gandhi told the people of India that this is a government that is bullying you, intimidating you, is like a dictatorship, every time they would bring up 1975 and the emergency, right? Anything that Rahul Gandhi said, oh, you are part of a dynasty. You guys are like first among equals. If there was hundreds of corruption, electoral bond, Rafael, Adani, whatever, but something happened in the Congress regime as well. So there was a lot of whataboutery. What do you say to the young? What are you going to tell the Cockroach Janata Party, Abhijeet Dipke, Saurabh Das, or Ashutosh Ranka, or the millions of supporters they have? They're not scared of an ED, CBI, income tax, or an NIA, right? They're not looking for an election ticket. They're not part of any dynastic, family. They are ordinary but bright young people who believe there's a cause to be fought for. And the more the merrier. Absolutely. I welcome the Cockroach Janata Party. I think they're the best thing to have happened to Indian democracy because they have told Mr. Modi that you can't do to us what you do to Congress because you are using a political pressure in a non-level playing field to destroy the opposition. Put them in jail, ED, CBI, income tax, etc. You can't do that to the young of India. Gen Z doesn't care. If you look at the memes that have emerged, I mean, I'm not endorsing anything which has been said in bad taste, but I think most of them have been extremely creative. And they have used intelligence and humor to communicate a message, which is what democracy is about. I think the BJP cannot handle it. So the bottom line to your question is that they will like to wait and hope that this will dissipate, exams will happen, people will go back to colleges and people will go back to working. After how long can, that kind of energy and passion or jazba and junoon survive? The truth is that I think people have been suppressed for so long under a repressive regime that, this is like a volcanic eruption. It's like breathing air. I tweeted about that. This is like India breathing again. You have been asphyxiated and suddenly you're like saying, hang on, there is oxygen and I'm not on a ventilator. And I think that's what's happened to young India and frankly, millennial India, Gen X India, and for those who care, even the boomer India. So things have changed dramatically. And I think this is what politics is about and societies are about, Neelu. Anyone in the BJP who believes that you can just kind of wear it down by waiting for time to kind of create a diversion, they will use mainstream media because they are dancing to the tune of this government. I think mainstream media...
Let me ask you a very a bold question on my show. Is Modi's time over? Have they completely lost it? Is BJP done and dusted? What is your assessment now? They've lost it with the Gen Z. Their stories are not sellable. Nobody is liking whatever Prime Minister Modi is saying. And everything looks hollow. So is Modi's era over?
Personally, I feel Mr. Modi is frankly speaking, is completely decimated. I don't think I have seen any political leader being lampooned with such sarcasm, such humor, and such an acidic assault as Mr. Modi has experienced over the last couple of weeks. And this is a reflection of the mood of the nation. And let me tell you something, Nilo. It is also an expression of unemployment, of MSMEs, of farmers, of examination scams. It is about the corruption in infrastructure. It's about Hindu Muslim politics. You saw in Jantar Mantar how everybody came together, right? They, in fact, said, hang on, don't do this. We are one, don't polarize, don't divide us, it's not going to work. So suddenly the entire edifice of the BJP, Hindutva, 56 inch ki chati, foreign policy, governance, it's all, frankly, is crumbled. The cookie has crumbled. So think about it logically. To answer your question, I'll give you a bold answer. Mr. Modi is bigger than the BJP, right? They made him bigger than the BJP. I said in a show yesterday that the BJP MPs and everyone else is like bots, like robots. Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah run this political organization. Now, Mr. Modi is, frankly speaking, his image, his reputation is in tatters. And the BJP IT cell is obviously in overdrive to create some silly videos, which is going to be more, I would say, which will boomerang further. But anyway, good luck to them. The truth is that once people in politics begin to see through the cracks, then they begin to see the entire story. If you see a crack in a wall and you look through it, you can see the entire universe, actually, right? They cannot see you, but you can. And that's what's happened. So I think at this point, India has understood. And please exclude the underbugs. I'm not talking about the underbugs. And they're a pretty significant voice, by the way. So you can say the underbugs in the BJP would be around 15 to 18%. They have 37% votes. And I would say around 15 to 17% will be people who will swear by Mr. Modi, no matter what happens, they are core. But I think that's significant, 20% that the BJP has. These are a lot of the ex-Congress voters who migrated, and a lot of young voters who came for the first time and are now switching off. So you are at the moment witnessing a seismic shift. This is where politics is like experiencing a metamorphosis. Something significant is churning, and it's going to upend India's political narrative. So to answer your question once again, I think Mr. Modi and the BJP, if they read carefully, the Bakipur seat result that Prashant has won is telling you a message that maybe the story might have collapsed. Now it's a question of what the opposition does with it going into the future.
You're saying that the BJP story has collapsed, as it looks like from the results which have come from Bankipur and Datia.
Absolutely. And the narrative of the day, right? That they have messed up with the young. Can you imagine Mr. Modi cuts a video and RSS leaders call the young, the Gen Z criminals. They call them Tukre Tukre gang. The BJP president said Tukre Tukre gang. There is another veteran in Kerala.
And by the way, Mohan Bhagwat has called a meeting of Gen Z and Gen Alpha tomorrow in Mumbai.
Exactly my point. And I hope the Gen Z watching this program realize these are hypocrites. These are जिसको हिंदी में हम कहते हैं पाखंडी. दोगलापन इसी को कहते हैं. Mohan Bhagwat wants to talk to 2,000 students and they'll try and televise it and blah, blah, blah. That the truth is the same RSS calls them culprits. They call them criminals. You heard Guru Murthy. I heard him on a show. He was calling them all sorts of names. There is another guy who calls them anti-India, anti-constitution. The guy in Kerala actually used very vulgar language against women protesters and even threatened that if he had an opportunity, he would shoot them. And then, of course, there is AK-47. So I think the BJP has clearly lost the plot, to use the cliche, because they have never been challenged in their own battlefield. The lion has been bearded in their own den, because these are guys who have actually allowed no one to express themselves. And now people are saying, we don't care. And I think this is just the beginning, by the way.
One last question, Sanjay, before I wind up the show, that after the Bankipur and the Datia loss, yesterday we saw pictures of Prime Minister Modi meeting Nitish Kumar. Now, Nitish Kumar had been seeking appointment from Prime Minister Modi since the time he had sworn in as a Rajya Sabha MP. Yesterday we saw pictures of Nitish Kumar, and the body language looked as if Nitish Kumar was almost having an upper hand on Prime Minister Modi. Then I saw one tweet coming in from Yashodhara Raje Scindia, who happens to be from the Datia constituency, from the Datia constituency, because that's her belt. And she has written a very cryptic tweet saying that it's time for introspection. Are we going to see allies like Nitish Kumar and leaders like Yashodhara Raje now showing mirrors to people like Modi and Shah? All those people who were sitting quietly so far will now start. I mean, they've begun writing cryptic tweets. Murli Manohar Joshi also has spoken in the past about the Gen Z protest, how it was wrong and the police crackdown. So now the trend would be that we'll hear more and more BJP leaders speaking against Modi or Shah, or they'll try and show the mirror.
Well, let me tell you, it's for them is survival. That's exactly my point. Modi is bigger than the BJP. But now with Modi's reputation, frankly, being torn apart in tatters or blown apart every day by the people of India who are on social media, which has become now more powerful than mainstream media, I think Mr. Modi has forgotten that. Mr. Modi, in his arrogance, believes that just because he controls all the TV channels, this is what India is hearing, the misinformation, disinformation, fake news, and the celebration of Mr. Modi. I think people have moved beyond it. I don't think it has any credibility. I go on television because it's a platform and somebody needs to be there. But the truth is, television is now, frankly speaking, of not too much of relevance. They will still have watchers, but it's people like you, Neelu, and the many others who are making a difference. So the simple question is, if Mr. Modi is bigger than the BJP, and now the BJP leaders are saying, hang on, I mean, he could soon be a political liability. The man who was supposed to be your mascot could soon be your kryptonite. And this happens in politics. As they say, the mojo is off, is gone. And trust me, with people like Mr. Modi and many others, there are spectacular rise and an extraordinary fall. It happens all the time. Viktor Orban lost, right? No matter what he tried, he did. So, in politics, there are no permanent winners and permanent losers. I think these BJP leaders or members who have so far behaved like cowards and never spoken up against Mr. Modi or Mr. Shah will now realize that their own future is at stake. Because as I said, if Mr. Modi becomes, frankly speaking, a person where the people have said, hang on, you have misled us for 12 years, no more, we have had enough, then the BJP will cease to exist because it will crash down. If you ask me right now, if on a ballot paper, if there is an election with the mood the way it is, the BJP could collapse significantly. Give it a little more time, they will still wither away. But my prediction is that come next year's midterm elections in some states, is very possible, rather I won't call it midterm, but mid-year elections. I think Mr. Modi's government, if they don't do well, or if they do well, they will try and create a midterm election. Because I think they have lost the momentum and their popularity from here on will only decline. So one thing that I do believe is a possibility is the midterm, whether the BJP does well or not, I think they will try and work on it, not give the opposition enough time to kind of get its act together, right. Which is why I said the ball is now in Rahul Gandhi, Congress, and the opposition's court.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We'll have to wait and watch a lot of developments coming in there, and how Prime Minister Modi and both Amit Shah brazen out this situation. What are the answers? Will the opposition get those answers from the government is something to watch out for. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Always a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.